Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the DCC Team Hurricanes Q&A webinar. As you may know, DCC 11 is scheduled for April 10th, 2021. So we wanted to host a Q&A session to answer any questions that you may have regarding the DCC, registration, joining or creating your own team, or even fundraising. If you haven't already submitted your questions, please enter them in the chat section and we will get to them later on in the presentation. I wanted to introduce you to our team. We work at Sylvester in the Office of Development. Sean, who's our fearless leader. Ria manages the operational side of our team. Me, I go by Jess, and I am your contact for all things Team Hurricanes. Allison, she manages the corporate and sponsorships. And last but not least, Nanette, who runs marketing and social media for the team. Joining us today as well are teammates from the Miami Dolphins Foundation, Javier Sanchez and Taylor Rose. They will help with answering any of our questions regarding to the event aspect of the DCC. I wanted to give a quick shout out to the 22 teams, Team Hurricane teams that are already registered. So thank you all. If you want to take a quick look, if you haven't registered yet, these are some of the teams that you'll be able to find on the registration page, and you're more than welcome to join them. So, and for those who have not yet registered, I will be giving a quick walkthrough on how to register first. So if you would like to join with me on your cell phone, you can access the registration site by scanning the QR code on the screen. You can also type in your web browser, dolphinschallengecancer.com. And then don't forget the promo code is Team Hurricanes DCC for free registration. So when you go to dolphinschallengecancer.com, this is the website that you come into. All you need to do is click on register. Oops, wait, wrong one. Yeah. Okay, so register. And you then just put in your name and then your email. You create a password. So everyone is going to have to create a new password and a new account. The Dolphins are using a brand new system. So even if you created an account in the past, you still have to go through the new account creation, and then you'll be able to they'll be able to link your old previous account and your information once you've registered. So continue to next step. These are all the different registration types. There's, for if you're interested in cycling, there's the 100-mile ride, the 50-mile ride, the 35-mile ride, and the 15-mile ride, and then the 5K. The difference between heavy hitter VIP and the regular rides is the fundraising minimum. So if you want to sign up as a heavy hitter, it is a required fundraising of $3,000. So you just choose whichever you would like. And as a heavy hitter, you receive more benefits and incentives. So once you choose what you're going to do, it's going to ask you how you are going to you would like to sign up, either join a team or create a team. First, I'll walk you through how to join a team. So once you click on join a team, you can search for a Team Hurricanes team. If you already know the team name, you can just type in a keyword to the team name. For instance, if you want to join the sarcoma team, you can just type in sarcoma and Team Hurricanes sarcoma will pop up for you. If you are not sure which team you would like to join, you can type in Team Hurricanes and then enter, and you'll have a list of the different Team Hurricanes teams that are already registered. There are 2 teams as well under TH because of the length of the name was too long. There's too many characters. So if you search TH, you'll also see 2 other team names. So once you go ahead and select your team, that is how you join a team. If you want to create a team, you can change that and you go to create a team, and you can click on corporate team, and then you can type in a Team Hurricanes team that you would like to create. Just be sure to type in Team Hurricanes before the team, because for like tracking purposes. And then it's going to ask you a team fundraising goal. It's a required field, but it is not a required goal. So if you put $1,000 for the fundraising goal for your team, your team is not required to raise $1,000. It's just for keeping track. So let me go back to the join the team. Okay. So once you click next step, it's gonna show more registration details. It's gonna automatically default to your minimum fundraising goal. So for instance, I signed up for the heavy hitter. So my fundraising goal is 3,000. If I were to sign up for a regular participant, if a 5K, it would be $250 as my minimum. I can raise my fundraising goal if I would like to, but again, I will only be, my commitment of the $250 or the $3,000 is what I will be required to raise. April 23rd is the cutoff date that your credit card will be charged if you don't reach that minimum fundraising goal by April 23rd. You have the option to make a donation towards your fundraising goal already, or you don't have to do it right now. If you choose to donate something, you can just type it there. Then this is an important question. How will you participate? So right now we're offering an in-person on April 10th at Hard Rock Stadium, or you are able to also participate virtually. You will still receive the same benefits as if you're participating in person and virtual. For those who are participating virtually, you will receive your shirt and your items via the mail. But if you choose to sign in person, so this is where you select what would you like to choose. You can modify your selection by February 9th. So if you choose to write in person now and you don't feel comfortable writing in person later, you can go into your profile and update your selection. Then you choose your jersey size. Well, that's only if you're cycling. And then your t-shirt size, you fill out emergency contact. Here you select how many DCCs you've participated in. You have the option to select if you're a cancer survivor or not. By clicking yes, you're able to share your story. You choose your gender, your date of birth. Then you insert your address information. And then your phone number. You have the option to select if you would like to receive text alerts. If you do, it'll notify you when you receive a donation or if someone joins your team. So if you select that and then choose your carrier and then just click on the waiver to continue. Then you can review all of your information and details. You also have the option to cover the processing fees for registering. So for instance, like whatever processing cost it is for the credit cards, you will be paying it instead of the nonprofit. This is where you input your Team Hurricanes code. You can put it in with caps or not. It'll default to caps. And the code again is Team Hurricanes DCC, all one word. With that code, you will be, your registration fee will be waived. So I would only be responsible if I were to continue for the donation of the $25 towards my ride and the $1 that I chose to cover for the processing fee. And then you just input your credit card information here. And then you select pay.
Just, can I add one thing?
Yeah.
That once you put in the Team Hurricanes DCC and you go to this page, when you start to put in your credit card information, it'll ask that orange button that just showed up down, not this orange one, but the next one will actually say 0. So or $1 in this case, because you're covering the credit card charge. So the DC, it will not say pay $25 or $26. It'll say 0 or $1.
Yeah, I just chose to add a donation to my ride. So. Are there any questions regarding registration? Okay. So now I'd also like to walk everybody through, once you have created your account and your page, this is what your page will look like. You're able to create, to write your a story. It's already comes pre-filled, but if you would like to edit it yourself, you're able to. You can track your donations. You can also manage all your page settings here. A really cool feature about this year's is you're able to link your Facebook account and you're able to accept donations using a Facebook fundraiser, and you can just set it up through here. Another thing that you can do is send a message to ask for donations or to recruit team members. All you have to do is on the top, you go to messages, compose a message, and then you can choose a message type. Either ask a friend to donate, you can provide a fundraising update, you can ask a friend to join your team, you can give a team update, and then ask your friend to donate to your team. And then once you already click on one of the templates, you're gonna have, it's very turnkey. You'll have the subject line already entered for you. And again, a pre-written template, but you are more than welcome to change it if you would like to. And then once you've created your message, you can either save as draft, you can send a test yourself, or then you can just send the message. Are there any questions about sharing a message?
Hi, everybody. Real quick, if I could say something, this is Javi with the DCC. Sorry I joined a little bit late, but I wanted to say something real quick about just the platform. So obviously it being new and all, these features on the back end really are fancy for us and really take it to another level. I'll share a quick story. She mentioned Jasenia mentioned a second ago, the ability to link your social accounts, your Facebook fundraisers. That was huge. Just this past weekend, I did something with a friend. We went for a bike ride, and he had a fundraising commitment of $1,000. He linked it up with his Facebook page. He went live on Facebook during every stop of the ride, and he shared a really personal message. He says, "I'm dedicating these 20 miles to my father-in-law. You know, please make a donation below." And then he'd stop, next 20 miles, I'm dedicating these 20 miles to my brother-in-law. And long story short, like, it was a quick case study we did, but he raised $1,200 in 24 hours. All by, you know, granted, he had my guidance, which was obviously very helpful, but he worked smart and he worked efficient, utilizing the system. And the other thing that we expect Facebook to be really huge for us, really, really huge, but also Venmo. So in that donation page, when you go to make a donation, it doesn't show up on the computer version because, as you all know, you don't really make a Venmo gift from your laptop, but from your mobile phone, donating via Venmo is real one click. Taylor and I, who's also on the call, we were testing it out on our mobile phones, and I accidentally made a very significant donation to one of my teammates. So I was happy to support her in her efforts. But at the same time, it was that fast. It was a one-click donation. So that, and then the messaging internally, what was just highlighted, those are three big things. But the two things that are really game changers for us this year: linking to Facebook. So if somebody has a birthday or anything like that, the Facebook money goes directly into your account once you link it, and then Venmo. So I'll maybe chime back in later, but I wanted to give a special highlight to those because they really they move the needle for us pretty quickly.
Javi, I don't want to get off track, but also I believe that y'all have Amazon Smile set up, or it's possible to set up Amazon Smile so that if you utilize Amazon Smile as opposed to the regular Amazon site to purchase products, a donation will go to the DCC as well. So I do know there are some employees that have already utilized that already this year.
Correct.
Awesome.
Can I say one more thing on Facebook donations?
Sure.
We get a lot of questions. If you create a Facebook fundraiser on Facebook and you don't do it through your own page, it is a separate system, so it won't show up immediately in your donations. It's actually more of a manual process for us, where we get donation reports from Facebook every couple of weeks. So then we have to go in and manually add those to your account. So if you do a Facebook fundraiser and you want to shoot us an email and just let us know that it's out there, I'll make sure to get those into your account, but it won't be an automatic thing.
So now so this year, depending on your participant level, your merchant swag will vary. If you register as a 5K participant, either virtual or in person, you will receive a Team Hurricanes face mask and a t-shirt. If you register as the cyclist, either again, virtual or in person, you will receive a face mask and a cycling jersey. These are all the Team Hurricanes branded items. And then once again, covers the registration fee for all 5K and cycling Team Hurricanes participants. The promo code again is Team Hurricanes DCC. You do not need to meet any fundraising requirements to receive the Team Hurricane swag. It's just when you register as a 5K or a cyclist. So remember, if in order to receive these items, you have to register as a 5K or a cyclist. And then depending on your fundraising level, you'll also receive additional benefits. For instance, if you raise from $0 to $2,999, the university will donate $25 towards your fundraising goal. If you end up fundraising $3,000 and then you'll become a heavy hitter, the university will donate $100 to your page. Please note that the donation will be credited to your fundraising account on March 31st, 2021, and immediately following the event. Depending on your fundraising level as well, you will also receive additional friends and family tickets for the in-person event. And once you raise $1,000 or more, you'll also be eligible to choose a post-event thank you gift. The value of the item will range based on your fundraising level. Are there any questions on that? Okay.
Jess, I think the only thing we'll add is that as we get closer to the event, we will basically show you the offerings for the post-event thank you gift. You'll get a couple of choices to choose from. It's not just here's something that's worth 25, here's something that's worth 50. We'll give you a couple of choices so you can pick something that you like.
Yes.
or re-gift.
And then I wanted to provide a little glimpse of the fundraising toolkits that we hope to have finalized by the end of this week. It provides information on the importance of the DCC and joining Team Hurricanes. It also provides ideas for fundraising as well as social media content and ideas that you can post. And then we also will be sending out customized team logos to all of our team captains. Here are a few examples of what they look like. So I wanted to answer a couple of questions that were submitted prior. One of them was, how do we apply for a donation made during Giving Day back in October to our current fundraising efforts? So we actually handle it through the back end. When we see a participant join who made a gift to DCC on Giving Day, we send a request to the Dolphins and then have them apply the donation to your fundraising page as Giving Day. And then this is more of a question for either Javier or Abby, Taylor. How will the DCC be held this time around with the pandemic going on? What are the safety precautions being taken? Will we need to be tested beforehand?
Sorry, my internet connection is probably going to break when you ask me this question. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone's entitled to laugh for that one. So this is the most important question on everyone's mind, probably with everything from kids to faculty, to the individuals in the hospital, and obviously the cancer community that means so much to us, that is vulnerable during these tough times. Couple of things just to state. Hard Rock Stadium has reached out to a number of organizations to just ensure that they're doing everything to the best of the ability right now. They've gotten GBAC certification, which is a specific accreditation that just shows guidance of doing it the correct way in review with CDC guidelines, the governor's statements. I was really impressed to see the ownership of the organization, the team, the franchise, the stadium, the grounds, same person, Mr. Ross. He invested correctly from the get-go and turned around and said, let's do this right. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a long-winded answer, but we've been producing events publicly since the pandemic began, with the open-air theaters, the drive-in movie theaters, high school graduations. I think we even did the med school graduation or something, if I'm not mistaken, either med school or law school, I forget which one. And then
Med school.
Med school. And then, governors' press conferences, Miami Dolphins football games, University of Miami Hurricanes games. I can, this isn't fact, but I'm pretty sure we've hosted more events than any other organization in town, maybe even the state, with the exception of possibly Disney World. And overall, the results have been that we are doing things by the book, we're doing things by the rules, and we're doing things with the health and safety of our individuals. That said, we know that everything's continuously changing, and we're going to make sure that we evolve as necessary to ensure that we continue to do things safely and under that guidance. Right now, today, we cannot predict what the circumstances are going to be on April 10th. However, we know that our priority does not shift. We are fundraising for cancer research for Sylvester Comprehensive Cancer Center, and we're going to do it with great pride and success. That's not going to stop us. So the goal right now is recruit individuals, talk about the cause. Swag is great. People love water bottles, they love jerseys, but the cause is what's ultimately going to save a life, and the cause is the reason we're here. Why am I realize everyone on this call has an incredible heart and means a lot to the organization, but I can't emphasize this enough, that this year the stories will matter more than ever. And we got to make sure that people understand that. So should a shift need to take place, it will be announced, but right now we have established a model that has 3 options. You can do in person, which is going to be, you can do a hybrid model, which is you're going to do it virtually. You'll receive the gifts, you'll receive the prizes, the perks, the timing, the registration app, all of that but you're going to participate on your own. For those that might be unsure if they're going to attend that day, or if you can ride it on your own, you're not available that day, but you want to ride the week prior with a group, you can do that virtually and still claim all of those prizes, still be part of the team in the fundraising. And then we added a third option, and this is not just for our two organizations, but just in response to everything that's going on, and we're calling it an online only option. So this is for that individual. My mom is a good example of this one. She participated last year, but she's pretty confident she's not going to be able to come out this year, but she still wants to raise funds. There's a $0 registration fee, $0 commitment fee, but she has the ability to join our team, continue to raise funds, and then she'll receive limited perks for the event. So that, I'm not exactly sure how that fits in the Team Hurricanes model, but from our standpoint, I wanted to let you know those are the three ways that we are prioritizing it. It's not our intention to be worrying about refunds in this event. It's our intention to be worried and focused on how do we raise as much funds as possible safely. So I emphasize that with great importance, and obviously everyone on this call knows that this is about raising funds for cancer research. The fact that we can give them at 100% is a big priority for us, and if we have the opportunity to make adjustments to help that number grow this year, I'm sure our friends and family at Sylvester will appreciate it, but equally our cancer community will probably appreciate it even more. So I don't think I answered your question, but I kind of did. We're going to do the best that we can. We're doing it with trust. We're doing it under the guidance of an incredible board led by Hard Rock Stadium, all the way through Jackie Travisano and Dr. Neimer on the board. So that's it's going to be done with confidence and correctly with the best of everyone's intentions involved.
And I'd like to add to that. I think that, there will still be a virtual component, like Javi said. And so I think that's a great opportunity to not make us territorially captive anymore. So if there is a friend of yours that lives in Idaho or Tokyo or wherever, you can get them involved. So there's a real opportunity to have them participate. I will also wanted to say that the online fundraiser opportunity with no cost and no minimum fundraising is certainly out there. We're not going to market it because we want people to really participate either virtually or in person. But it is available. If you find that there are people who just can't participate in the other ways, then absolutely feel free to tell them about that opportunity. We're not going to be broadcasting that broadly because like I said, we want to do virtual and in person on April 10th. In addition to that, Javi mentioned benefits. There are currently no benefits for that. You don't get a t-shirt or anything like that.
Thank you. So just asking, part of that question was, will we need to be tested beforehand? Is there any protocol with that?
So we'll let you know closer to the event.
Okay. Another one was, I guess, more again toward the event, but will we have transportation from the stadium to UM campus like prior years?
So as of right now, we're looking to decrease as many touch points as possible. That of which is transportation, the iFight Force, and just the exchange of any time that you would have to give somebody something physically. Those we're looking to remove all of those. So for safety's sake, right now, all rides and runs will start and end from Hard Rock Stadium, with the exception of UM, starting from UM, ending at Hard Rock. And we will later determine if transportation will be made available. But as of right now, I just want to let everybody know we are doing the best that we can to decrease any and all touch points to make people feel more comfortable.
Thank you, Javi. Another question, what if you sign up and end up crushing a 250 goal and reach $3,000? Do you become a heavy hitter or do you have to sign up as a heavy hitter?
You crushed it. You did it. You're going to earn your reward. Congrats. Who asked that question? That's the best question I've ever heard.
My lovely friend, Alessandra.
She's going to crush it.
She will.
Alessandro, you just committed to being a heavy hitter. Well done. We appreciate you.
Ria, are there any more questions in the chat or any other questions?
No, I don't have any. Nobody wants to talk to me today.
Are there any more questions? Does anybody have we answered everybody's questions?
So, hi, this is Ken from Broward Canes.
I can.
How are you?
Hi, Ken.
Hello. So last year we had discussed about doing some fundraising events. Obviously, it's kind of hard to do that this year. Any discussions or thought process on doing any type of fundraising type things in the community that are socially distanced?
Yeah, Ken, I'll answer that. In regards to Team Hurricanes, you and I had a couple conversations and time got away from us. We are planning on trying, I think one of the things that is really important is the Dolphins keep saying a term that I love, which is we're taking this from a moment to a mission. So we're going to be looking at trying to do things year round, events year round. So definitely we've actually talked about you on our catch-up calls each week about getting with you to see what we could possibly do. Allison Mulder, who works on corporate partnerships, who was introduced earlier, she's actually working with a YMCA on a potential event. So we definitely will be doing some Team Hurricane events. Yes, we've got to do them, in the right way and be responsible. And for us being a healthcare facility, there's of course optics related to that. So we're gonna have to be very careful, but we will get to that point. I don't know that it'll be immediately though, but I promise we will get with you.
Thank you, Sean. Are there any more questions?
Hi, this is Orlando. Nice to meet you all. I've done DCC once, and I know from what was just said, I think Javi was saying, all routes will start from Dolphins Stadium, except for the UM. When are the routes going to be posted? Like, when will we know, kind of like, because that'll also help me try to figure out what distance I might want to do.
So right now we're looking at a 15-mile, 35-mile from UM, 50-mile from the stadium, and then 100-mile from the stadium as well. For the most part, the 100 will be the same as last year. The 50 is just going to be that condensed. It's going to go more northern to the north area, going into the Broward side. So imagine going Hard Rock Stadium east, up, back west, and then back down for 50 miles. And then the 35 is going to be a very similar route to what we did last year. The 15-mile is going to hang around in the overall Miami Gardens, Hollywood, Davie areas. So we expect those routes to be really, it's a permitting thing. We want to make sure we know what to submit just based off of all conditions. So to give you a date is a little bit more difficult, but I could tell you that's what we've got planned out.
Yeah, thanks.
Are there any more questions?
Yes, this is Daisy.
Hi, Daisy.
Hi, how are you? Happy holidays, everyone. I just have one question, and maybe it'll go into quite a few. I normally do a lot of publicity with the signs that we receive every year advertising the Dolphin Cancer Challenge. And I know due to COVID-19, I've been working off site since March. I still would like to have some type of advertisement that I can put within my community, even try to get my church involved, just to see what we can do, because I do have cancer patients within that organization that I affiliate with. So do we have signs? Will we get signs? That's something that helps me every year as a team lead.
So, similar to the Dolphins, we're looking at all costs this year. I mean, we're really concerned, especially if the event, goes to virtual, et cetera. And to your point, Daisy, about not as many people being on the campuses. So we did a lot of poll banners and kind of big, large foam core backed posters. We are not going to be doing that this year. Instead, we're going to spend our money and effort in doing more digital and social campaigns. And Nanette Molina, who was also introduced, is in charge of marketing, and we're working with the Gables campus a lot as well. So there will be a lot of that. Now, having said that, we are going to be producing a lot more flyers. So we absolutely could get you flyers and palm cards, which are kind of a hard stock or thick stock type of small flyer that are easy to carry. Obviously, that's why it's called palm cards. So, so we would happily get you that. We may produce a few posters, but it's not going to be very many. And the only other thing we were looking at to be, you know, without giving away our whole sales and marketing plan as of yet, because we're still working on some of it, is we're talking about doing things like wrapping elevator doors, you know, on the medical campus and maybe on Gables campus as well. So would flyers work for you?
Yes, that would be great. I know quite a bit of people are not social media savvy, especially the older people that I have encounters with, but they would support this cause because I'm a cancer survivor. I don't know if this team know that.
Yep, we
And
knew
I
it.
found out during Breast Cancer Awareness Month that I'm actually cancer-free from breast
Hey.
cancer. So this has been an awesome year for me. I'm grateful to be a part of the U and having such an awesome team to help me through the major surgeries I had last year. So flyers would be more appropriate for some of the class of people that I know. They would give a contribution to help support a cause because they're not computer savvy or have a Facebook. And I just would like to grab the audience of that group of people as well.
100%.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what, Daisy, we'll get you on a list. And if anybody else feels that they need some flyers, we can certainly send them to you, you know, PDFs more digitally if you want to send them out via, you know, email or whatever, but we can also get some physical ones made as well. If you could just let anybody on our team know, we'll start compiling a list and we will get them shipped out to each of you, you know, when we get them done.
Any more questions?
The obviously with everything going on, the after event is probably not going to be the same. Is there going to be any type of after event?
Right now, we have a few different options planned. The goal is to just really find what people are going to be most comfortable doing. We want to make sure the Dolphins organization, the university, and of course Sylvester is positioned in the right light. So there's going to be, those are the two considerations that are going to be taken into account. You know, if people are out and about and things are getting better, it will be a more festive event. If things are a little bit more reserved, but yet we can still have an in-person event, obviously we're going to have to adjust. The one plus that I can reiterate is we have 13,000 fans at the stadium every weekend, if not a couple of times a weekend. There's 2 games, so options might become available, but again, a little bit closer to the date, we'll know more details.
And Ken, I'd also add to that from a Team Hurricanes perspective, we were talking about trying to do something post DCC 10 as a thank you to all the Team Hurricanes, and obviously that didn't happen. You know, same sort of answer. We'll have to figure out if we're able to do that, but it definitely is in our plans to have some sort of thank you event to Team Hurricanes, whether it's on the medical Gables campus or we do a couple of them. Understanding you're up in Broward, but we you know, we'll keep you in the loop as we know more.
Thank you, guys. Are there any more questions? Okay. So I just wanted to share this word cloud of all the responses as to why UDCC. These words justify the importance as to why the DCC has evolved from a single day event to a year-round movement. Just like the Dolphins, Teams Hurricanes is committed to support this mission, and we will be planning different fundraising events as well that we're trying to do to support the Dolphin Challenge Cancer throughout the year. Because cancer research, it never stops, so neither should we. And I feel like to Daisy's point and to Javi's point is like these stories need to be shared year round, not just for one day. And for the most up-to-date information on events, please be sure to follow us on social media. These are all of our different accounts. If you aren't already doing so. We also love being tagged in any DCC or training related content that you post in your personal page throughout the year. Like follow, like, and share. And then thank you all for attending. If there's no more questions, I hope we're able to answer all of your questions. Again, please feel free to email us or reach out to us at dcc@miami.edu. You also have our personal email. Our different work accounts. If you have any other questions or feedback or suggestions of how we can better help you, please let us know. And have a great night. Does anybody on the team have anything else to say?
I just want to say thank you all for getting on this call today and obviously for supporting us and supporting this cause through everything. I know this year has been very interesting. It doesn't even feel like we had an event in February. That feels like it was ages ago. So thank you all. And as far as social media goes, you guys feel free to tag Dolphins Challenge Cancer. We love seeing all your posts, everyone involved in Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We love it. So thank you guys. And if you have any questions, you can reach out to us as well. It's ridedcc@dolphins.com. Or you guys can email us personally if you already have that. So just let us know. Thank you guys.
And I actually wanted to add something on our toolkit that you will be soon receiving. We have all the links for the Dolphins, all the hashtags, the one team, one fight. So you'll also have that resource readily handy for you. So thank you.
Okay.
Taylor took my thunder, but she's the best. Thanks, everyone.
Thank
No. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you guys.
Thank
Thank
you all.
Yes.
Happy holidays.
Too.
you.